Hello, my mates. How's it going? Sorry about the delay. Just master's hangover. Um, anyway, I hope you had a good weekend. I hope you enjoyed the golf. It was incredible. Um, but yeah, back to work this week. Where we at? Right. Obviously, posture throughout the swing. So it's the sort of flattening of the shoulders, especially with the long clubs on the backswing, and then when we shift weight, tending to lose our tilt in the hips. So we're trying to keep that tilt of the hips and obviously the shoulder plane throughout the swing. So shoulder plane and hip tilt for our posture. All right. Much less face rotation, not opening and closing. So not that takeaway, but that takeaway. All right. And then obviously getting our short game back. All right. Particularly bunkers, but just getting our short game back. So that's where we focused at the moment. Right. Good to ask questions and stuff like that. You were asking last week about the knees and all that type of stuff. But let's do the process correctly, especially now that I know you better, know where to access or what information to give at what time. All right, so just do your drills, whatever, send the videos, review them, see where the improvements are, where we can start to focus a little bit more energy. All right, but I'm happy with where we're at, especially after last week. It was really, really nice. So warm-up is going to be a little bit hectic, so you can do some of these warm-ups at home and you can do this during the week as well, but warm-up's a little bit hectic. All right, so we're going to do our helicopters, okay? So now this is obviously shoulder plane here. All right, maybe a little bit of hip tilt on the backswing, so that would be a bad helicopter. Okay, but it's really that shoulder plane on the backswing. All right, if you think about it, a little bit of face as well. So we don't want that face to open, yeah? See how face is square coming into the golf ball, shoulder plane, hip tilt. Okay, so those helicopters are critical for us, and we've got to try and feel like, or at some point feel like we're going to swing like that. All right, and then I want you to do some with your hips on the wall as well. So put your hips against the wall, just hang your arms in front of you, shuffle till your bum or your hips touching the wall. Okay, sorry, arms in front of you. Then make some swings, no twisting. Make some swings, keep this hip on the wall. Then as you shift weight, keep the hip on the wall. So don't shift weight towards the golf ball. The golf ball's not there in this drill, right? But don't shift towards the ball. Okay, shift along the wall and then roll the left hip along the wall. All right, so do some of those as well. All right, if you were to swing like that, you might back out a little bit thin and toey, okay, but it'd actually be a step in the right direction. All right, okay, and then some L2Ls. Now, work hard on your L2Ls. So you like to set the club a little bit like this, sort of open and wide. Okay, we need to set it a little more deliberate. Try not to open the face, but I'm more interested in the set. Okay, your little L shape. Okay, at the same point in the swing, you're about here. Sorry, no. Okay, so there's the L. At the same point in the swing, you're about there. All right, so this is the L that I want. At the same point in the swing, you're about there. Okay, so we want to get rid of that. All right, we're going to be working on that now. First, draw the rotation part. So the warm-up in the short game is all about the L shape. Okay, so little L to Ls. Rory could have done an L to L on 13 and not hit his little pitch shot into the water. Shocking. Okay, L to Ls for your warm-up. Get that short game back, but also get the set back, which we're going to obviously incorporate into the golf swing. All right, and then drill number one, kind of like shut and hold drill, except we're doing full swings. All right, just try and keep that face shut throughout the backswing. So don't let it twist open. Okay, just keep it shut. If you get it too shut, that's okay. All right, obviously I'm going to be reviewing all the time. So a little bit too shut here and too shut here is okay. All right, we might even keep it a couple of degrees shut over time, but we might not, but we might. So don't be scared about getting it too shut. All right, and obviously they're generally going to go left, right? So don't have to worry about that. All right, but just swings through the bag. Just try and keep that face as shut as you can all the way through the backswing. Okay, shut face backswing. You have to work hard to hold that face. But that's what you're trying to do. Okay, and then the second drill is all about shoulder plane. Okay, it worked really well for us last week. Really, really well. So shoulder plane, just focusing on getting that shoulder plane as steep as possible. Don't let the shoulder plane flatten out. Right? Work really hard with 3-wood and driver. Okay, it might feel like this. All right? Don't worry. Just go for it. All right? And then your last few reps, what I want you to do, because the wedge swing with the shoulder plane last week just looked really good. Looks really, really good. So what I wanted you to do for the last round is I want you to get your wedge and your driver, all right, and your shoulder plane was literally perfect with the wedge, and then there was way less loss of posture and sort of sliding on the downswing. So what I want you to do, I want you to hit pitching wedge and then driver immediately afterwards, the next rep, and try and replicate the wedge swing. So hit your wedge. Obviously, I don't have a wedge. Okay, and grip down here. Right, so hit your wedge, nice shoulder plane. All right. And then immediately hit driver. And obviously the setup is different. Okay. But try and feel the same thing that you did with the wedge. So way more sort of up and down. Okay, nice steep shoulder plane with the driver. And then you can fire. Oh, nice. And then obviously try and video those few. So if you do like the last 6, then it's pitching wedge driver, pitching wedge driver, pitching wedge driver, something like that. Alrighty. Thank you, my mate. Enjoy. Have a good week. Sorry for a little bit of a delay, but I'll talk to you during the week. Okay. Cheers, my mate.